Hey everybody, today we're going to do a little how-to video on how to go through all the steps publishing your book on Amazon. So one of the big things that I came across early on was that I didn't find a video that did all of these things. So you've got your manuscript ready, you've written your book, whether it's a novel, children's book, whatever. I write novels, primarily crime, fiction, mystery, thrillers. Currently working on a serial killer one. That's what that is. Anyway. You click on create, it takes you to this screen. There's a few things to note here. The very first thing is going to be your copyright. If you do just an ebook, you don't have to worry about a copyright. If you do paperback or hardcover, you will need to get with the Library of Congress. That is copyright.gov. You'll create an account. You go through basically just putting your own information in because it's registering that copyright to you. And then it's $45 per book. At least for novels. I'm not sure if it changes for anything else. It's really not hard to go through, but it does take, I looked up this morning, it's 2.1 months is their average processing time before your copyright is ready. And you cannot print or publish a paperback or hardcover, anything in print, until you have that copyright. So that is key. But if you're just doing an ebook, you could skip that step. So next, I'm going to back up because that's what we're doing already here with the Sharp County Slasher. So I'll go to Continue Setup, and it brings you to this page for ebook details. Your language. Now, this is the language that it's written in. So like if you're going to print or publish, rather, a Spanish copy of your normally or originally English book, well, you'll need to change that. In fact, you'll have a second publication for that. Next, your book title, of course. I will say, if you're going to have a subtitle, if it's a series, this seems to be a pretty good thing from some marketing research I've done. Part of why I decided to go with this title for now for writing is so I can get a series out there. I've written several books, I just haven't published them all. This series page, leave it alone to start. We'll do it later. There's a lot of issues with it. The series page breaks on Amazon every time you add a new book, it seems like. They've gotten better about it from what I understand, but it is a problem. And if you don't have more than one book, you might as well just skip it for now. You can add it to the series later. Edition numbers, that's up to you. Says here, right, you make significant changes to your book. New author name, cover, title, all that stuff. It is considered a new edition. So that's when you'll change that. Here's me. I'm Andy Allman. Your name. This can be your pen name. That's not a problem. If anybody else helped you write the book, like they actually wrote, check your legal stuff on that. But if you wrote the entire book, it's all originally yours. You don't do anything with the contributors. You're just the author. Description. You need to spend some time on this. This is what the reader will see, your potential reader will see on Amazon. So you'll want this to be very captivating and short. Some people write paragraphs here. That's fine. Just make sure that it's captivating enough and you don't bore the person before they even buy the book. That's the big thing. You will own the copyright on this. Public domain, this would only be a thing that you're going to want to do if you're just basically putting out a free book, a how-to book for everybody, and you don't want any you're not worried about somebody taking it. Do you have a cover or interior with sexually explicit images? So that is a big deal. It will change the audience that it's shown to, as will this reading age thing. Now, my books right now are adult books, so I will have a minimum of 18 plus. If you write children's books or middle age or teen, coming of age, things like that, you need to figure out your age range because that's who Amazon's going to show it to. This is a big deal. So if you're in the US, do .com. If you're in India, .in, UK, United Kingdom, Denmark, France, and so on. Figure out where you're going to be. It will still be available on the other countries if you're in the US, as long as it's, they have a deal with Amazon. But you need to make sure that you pick yours. It'll mess some stuff up if you don't. All right, so here's our first big thing, categories. You don't have to use this one. I use Publisher Rocket. I'll open it up real quick, kind of show you what you do. I think it's a one-time fee of like $90, but you own it forever and you get all the updates. It's actually really cool. We're looking at categories. Click on that. It'll pop up. I'm writing mysteries. So we go to mystery, thriller, suspense. And this is pretty cool. It shows you how many of the books in there are by actual publishers and how many sales it takes per day to be top 10 and per day for number 1. So right now the Audible books, you got to sell 3,500 in the main category per day to be number 1. Pretty crazy. So if you have an amateur sleuth, right, like that's what you want to do. You want to put that one in there because it's not as hard a category. And all that's really important for is that if you're number one in your category, even though it's a more niche category, it will get shown more to readers that read in that category because it's number one. And you get the little cool tag that says Amazon #1 bestseller. There are other options. Amazon, I don't remember what the plugin's called, but you can find an Amazon one that helps you with the categories and keywords. I use Publisher Rocket, works pretty good. Moving on to keywords, same thing. I guess I shouldn't have closed that. We'll use Publisher Rocket for keywords. This is why I went with them. So I wrote a serial killer book. It's actually a serial killer that hunts other serial killers. So you type that in, it brings up all the kind of related. These keywords matter because this is what people are searching in, like plugging in the search bar. This will tell you how many searches a month. So a reasonable number of searches. This is a rank, by the way. The competition score you want to be lower. So if everybody is in this exact keyword, you don't necessarily want to be there. And then this is how much those books are earning on average a month on Amazon, the average price of the book, which is very helpful when you're setting your price point, by the way. How many competitors? There's more than 1,000 people writing books in my area, and the average number of pages, which is about where I am. But say you're doing a serial killer romance, boom, low competition, reasonable amount of searches, makes more money than the mainstream category, by the way, and they sell for less, which means they're selling more copies. That's pretty good. Take time to do your categories and your keywords. Those are very important. So you say here, do you want to do a pre-order, release your book later? That's up to you. When you're ready, pick your things, hit save and continue, and it'll come to the content. This is where you will upload your manuscript. I'm not quite done with mine. I have the manuscript completed. The book is ready to go, but there's some things I like to put on the end so I get some calls to action to my readers. If you are not going to do a copyright, right here, click this button. All that does is just keeps people from copying your work. Next big thing, the cover. Spend time on this. Spend a little money on this. This is going to sound strange using Fiverr, but I ran across this wonderful woman who gave me permission to use her on here. She does my cover works now. She's very reasonably priced, and she does really good work and quickly. I think the longest I've waited is like 4 days. She does a great job. I mean, she'll format it for you, for ebook, for paperback, and for hardcovers. This is the one she did for me. This is a pen name I use sometimes. Pretty on point. The book is about a county deputy. A biker war's coming. It's a small town, and there's a bunch of drugs involved, a bunch of other crazy stuff. Some of the cops are bikers too, and he doesn't know that. It's a really good cover. It really hits what's going on. So once you've got your cover, you could design your own cover. I will say, though, people do judge books by their cover. The better it is, the more your click rate's going to be. Did you use AI? That's up to you. I don't. Before you can move on to the next page, which is pricing, you will have to have all of the previous steps done. You will hit Launch Previewer. It will bring up what the Kindle book looks like, or the paperback, or whichever one. And then you can approve it. It will actually have some little issues on there that if there's anything wrong with the formatting of the cover, there's something missing, like a table of contents, stuff like that it needs, it will tell you in this previewer, and you have to fix those things. Although you don't have to have a table of contents. It's okay not to have that. But you fix all the things that need to be fixed in this previewer, or it will tell you in the previewer. Once that's done, then you can approve it. Then you're ready to move forward. If you bought your own ISBN, you can do that. If you're exclusively Amazon, Amazon will give you an ISBN for free. That's really all there is. You can buy these. I don't go that route. I just use Amazon. Moving on. I haven't uploaded my manuscript, so it won't even let me go forward yet. So I'm not uploading my manuscript yet. So I will take you to one of them that's already done. So here is this one, and we'll go into the pricing page. So this is the last page that you'll come across. This book is available. So if you want to do KDP Select, that's up to you. I did it for the 90 days, just the first, so people can read it online and not have to buy it. You can do the all territories, worldwide rights, individuals, if you know exactly where you want to be. Again, up to you. Here is Amazon.com is the US. Again, you want that to be wherever you are as your primary market. And then you set your price. Up here, you have 35% and 70%. All this is for this 35 and 70%. If you do not want to stay within the price range that Amazon gives you, which is $2.99 to $9.99 on an ebook, then you have to go with 35% royalties to go cheaper or higher. That's it. That's all it changes. Over here to the side, it tells you what the royalties would be. I'm on a sale for those. And then what it does in each other market it will be sold in. So these are all the Amazon approved, and then you publish. So I am not changing anything, so let me go back to the bookshelf. Once you've got your ebook done, it will take about 72 hours or somewhere within that before Amazon approves it, or they'll send you an email telling you what's wrong with it, to fix it, whatever. Not a big deal. It's pretty easy. You can then promote and advertise. That's a whole other thing. As far as your paperback, you just have to have that copyright, and you have to put it in your book. There's just a page, a copyright page. It has to be in there for the algorithm to notice it. Most of this will carry over. Yeah, you'll have a different file for your ebook and your paperback and your hardback. If you use Miss Shahid, which I do, she'll give you like separate files for each. Paperback and hardcover, they'll have a spine, and then the back with your author information and so on. I hope all this helped. I also have a website now. If you would like to like and subscribe on the YouTube channel for any new videos, and then also if you come down here, you can contact me or join the mailing list, and I will be putting stuff out every now and again to let you know when things are ready to come out. Right now I'm currently working on the Campfire Murders series, which is a 10-book series, at least it planned. It'll probably be more because that's just how I am. But basically serial killers chasing serial killers, sort of a Dexter vibe. Anyhow, have a great day, and thanks for watching. I hope this helped.